I'll officially welcome you. Thank you so much for joining us, me, each other, for hopefully great time. Nice balanced workout, I hope. So come on down. Make sure you have a little space sort of forward of yourself. And then we're just gonna lift one leg at a time out away from the waist, just so you can feel the front of your hip open a little bit, so that hopefully you can achieve a neutral pelvis, meaning that the tail is down, the belly is lifted, and the pelvis is sort of level. That's your first goal. And then we'll make some nice wide arms, goalpost arms, and we'll link some breath to some breaststroke prep. So exhale, encourage the belly into the spine. Inhale, lift your heart forward, roll your shoulders back and down, and get that stretch in the top of the spine. Exhale, lengthen the sides of your body as you lower. Inhale, lift. Keep the ears right above the shoulders and work the spine. Exhale, lower. One more time, inhale, lift. Gorgeous. Now this time as we lower, we're gonna reach overhead. The hands might touch, they might not. And then when we come back to lift, we'll hug those elbows in toward the ribs and the shoulders in toward the spine. Inhale, lengthen down as you lift overhead. Exhale, float up and pull those shoulders into the spine. 3 more, inhale overhead. Exhale, pull back and down, really retract those shoulders. Inhale overhead. Exhale here. Last time. Gorgeous. And this time when you come forward, reach to the corners of your mat and split your feet to the corners of your mat. Again, belly lifts, tail lengthens as you inhale, float the right arm and left leg up and exhale down. Inhale, left arm and right leg up, exhale down. Yes. So it's small, it's long. Keep repeating and alternating. Really reach out of the hip joint, but keep the head of the humerus bone, the arm bone, into the shoulder socket. So you're also lifting from your spine and you're not crowding your neck. We're gonna try one more to each side after this. Inhaling up, exhaling down. Last time, and release. Bring those hands under the shoulders. Lift your hips up and back. Little child's pose or puppy, whatever works for you. And then we'll find table. So we're gonna set up really well for table. So hands are active. That index finger knuckle is really grounded down. The forearms squeeze together, shoulder blades come apart. Good, now hugging the belly in to keep the tail long, we'll take that right leg and try to kick it to the right and then bring it back in. Exhale, you can gaze at the foot or keep looking straight down. And in. Really push through your right hand so that you don't shift all of your weight to the left. Last 4, and 3, 2, and 1. Now we're gonna bring that foot straight back behind us, not any higher than the hip. Squaring up the hips, we'll hug the elbows in, chest comes down, and then we'll push back up. Inhale, tip. Exhale, push. You can stretch your toe if you want. One more time, push down and up and back to center. Just swiggle those hips around or make a little pelvic circle before we're ready for the other side. Recommit to the hands, knees right under hips, pelvis level as we exhale, kick out to the left and draw down. Again, you can look, but what you should feel like is that that leg is challenging the abdominals. Last 3. Gorgeous, and 2. Last 1. Gorgeous. Now push it straight back, square the hips. You can point the toe if you wish. Hug the elbows in as you tip, push back up. 2 more times. Inhale down. Exhale up. We don't come all the way down and the leg lifts proportionally to the chest. And up. Release. Come on back. Bring the forearms together. You can be up on your knees or seated back. Clasp those hands and make little wrist circles. You're on the hands for a little while there. Gorgeous. And then if you can kneel up or stand up, whatever works for you, we're gonna press through the heels of the hands. 1, 2, 3, shoulder circles, other side. 1, 2, 3, shoulder circles again. 1, 2, 3 from the scapula. 1, 2, 3, and forward. 1, 2, 3, and 1, 2, 3. This always reminds me of the Karate Kid. I feel like I'm waxing on. Gorgeous. Now point the fingers down. Big big circles up and back. Yes, we want to warm up the muscles that keep that shoulder girdle safe. Last one. And release. Okay, get into the belly. So you don't need anything. You could have a block to squeeze between your knees right for the beginning, but you really don't need it. All right. So sit up nice and tall on those sitting bones. Pull your femur bones up and into the hip socket. Inhale here. Exhale, tuck the tail under and roll just behind it and make it feel really round in the low back instead of a hinge. Good, hold here. And then roll back a little further to where it gets kind of hard for you and reach the arms forward. Stay here, keep curling that tail under toward your chin and hugging that belly in for 4. You've got this for 3, for 2, and 1. Now right arm overhead. Stretch for 4, for 3, for 2, and 1. Press to the other side and hold for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1. Forward again and a tiny bit more for 4. You've got this for 3, for 2. Last one, lower to your back. Okay, so head can be up or down for this. You could certainly have a block under the head. Rock in and out of that neutral and imprinted pelvis, and then draw your muscles into your spine to find true imprint. Bring the legs up in the air. If you're curling up, hands behind the head, curl up. Inhale, stay. Exhale, send the legs out in parallel. Inhale, pull back in. Exhale, out. Inhale in. A feather leg touch with the hands behind the head. Last 4. This is like footwork that we do on the reformer. 3 and 2. Last one, now we repeat with the heels together, the toes apart. So we press out, we pull into frog legs. Exhale out. Inhale in. Last 5. Last 4. Look right through the space between your legs. 3 if your head is curled up. 2 and 1. Reach long. Bring the hands by the hips. Point the toes, flex. Point the toes, flex. This is it. Last 5 and 4. 3, 2, and 1. Hug those knees in. Maybe rock side to side. Oh, give yourself a little break, a little stretch before you roll up to seated. Gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to pause you. Everyone's having technical difficulties this morning. I'm not sure what it's like, what it's about, but anyway. All right, so we're going to get into the glutes. All right, and we're going to use some weights. So hopefully your weights are on the lighter side, but you'll be able to use 2 if you wish. Okay, so we're going to lay down on the mat. Oh, that sounds nice. And we're going to prop up the head if you wish. You could be straight down. We're going to bring the knees in front of the hips. So we've got a little 90-degree angle with the knees and the hips. Got some people arriving right now. Welcome. So the weights are going to come to the middle of the thigh. We're going to take the top leg long. Oh, look, you get to see the bottom of my foot. And then we're going to press through that heel, tap and lift. Now, this isn't huge. You might not actually hit the floor. That's fine. Small, controlled. But if I could, this would be wildly inappropriate, but if I put my hand on your tush right here, that's where I would feel the work. Keep reaching through that heel, pushing up and down. For 5, for 4, for 3, for 2. Now hold it up. Pull the heel in and push back out. Inhale in, exhale, push. And again, it initiates from the gluteal system. For 5, you've got this. 4, 3, the low back should be really happy here. Last one. Now hold tiny pulses. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 more. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. No weights for this next one. We're going to bring the feet together and hover them in the air for clamshell. We'll hug the inner thighs together and then press them apart. Inhale together, exhale apart. Yes. I hope your whole spine is happy, but if it's not, make an adjustment. Lay on down. Make sure you're not rolling to the back of your hip. Everything's sort of stacked, shoulders, hips, knees. Couple more. Hopefully you're really firing up those glutes. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we're going to add something. So we're going to open, extend, bend, and close. Just 4 more. You've got this. For 3 and 2. Last one. Release to the other side. So I'm going to swivel around so I can still see you. You got this, guys. Set up just as well as before. Shoulders in alignment with hips, knees right stacked up in alignment with hips as well. Weights on top of that thigh if you want them. Stretch that top leg forward, lower, and lift. Now you might actually still feel the glutes on the leg that's underneath. That supporting leg, that's okay. That's normal. A few more presses, up and down. Again, you might not hit the mat. Not really worried about that. I'm worried about you reaching your leg long and really flexing through that ankle for 4, 3, 2, hold it up, pull the heel in, press the heel out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. For 4, you've got this. 3, 2, use your breath. Last one, hold it long. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lose those weights. Toes together, hovered off the mat. Inhale, squeeze inner thighs. Exhale, press up. All right here still. So don't open further by rolling off the hips. The hips stay stacked, and your range of motion is your range of motion. You have what you have in terms of rotation, femur bone into hip. Yes, looking good for 5, 4, 3, 2. Now we add that extend the leg. Here we go. Open, extend, bend, close. Open, extend, bend, close. Just 3 more times, then we're done with this little series. You got it. Last 2. Last one. Release. Okay, well, there was that. So we're doing, I don't know if you remember from last week, we're doing all of our mat work sort of up front. We're front loading the mat work, and then we'll be standing till the end of class. So we've got one more down, planks. Sometimes it's nice to get the planks done while you're fresh. Okay, are we ready? So make sure you have a little space around you. You don't need anything. Hands under shoulders. We're going to use that same active hand position that we used before. Forearms in, shoulders apart. We're going to step the feet back, bring the heels together, toes apart, so you're in a little first position. Just stay here for a few breaths. Feel the strength in your thighs, especially your inner thighs here, helping you. Gorgeous. And belly lift, so pelvic floor up towards ribs. And now we're going to shift forward and back. And it's really hard to do this without feeling your hips creep up. So fight to stay really front to back here. You got it. For 5, for 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we step those feet to parallel. We're going to lower down onto the elbows, little genie elbows. We're going to turn to one side and open up to side plank. Hold for 3, for 2. Lift up bottom ribs for 1. Come back to those genie arms and take it the other way. Slow and controlled. For 4, for 3, 2, 1. We're going to do it one more time. Slow coming back. Some of the work is in the transition. There's no question. Yep. Palm is right over your shoulder. 3, 2. Feet are crossed. 1. Back to center slowly. This is your last one. For 4, for 3, 2, 1. This time when you come back, can you push up to full plank? Maybe you have to drop your knees for that. 4, 3, you've got this. Ears over shoulders. 2, 1. Knees down. Hallelujah, right? You can keep your back toes tucked if you want. We're going to do some push-ups. So first we're going to arch to cat. A little transition. Then we're going to unravel to cow. We're going to keep that tail up as we come forward and bend down and back up. Inhale, push down. Exhale, press back. Inhale, keep that tail up if you can. Press back. Inhale, exhale. You got this. Toes can be tucked under or not. We're going to try for 4 more. 3, 2, last one, and release. All that gluteal work, a little stretch here might be nice. So with your knees sort of close, bring the hands to the left, right hand on top, and just gently shift the hips to the right. And back through center, and take it the other way. So hands to the right, left hand on top, a little gentle extension out into the left hip so that you get this stretch from the fingertips all the way down into the back of the hip. One last breath. Come back through center. Roll up through your spine. Okay, so we're ready to stand. We're going to start with the green band. So make sure everything's sort of out of your way for now. Quick drink of water might be nice. We're going to warm up that band. All right. So the band is going to start under the feet. Make sure you sort of have equal tails on each side if you can. So we're going to use this band to find some cat and cow, which should hopefully feel really nice. Okay? So we'll start with the palms facing behind us. Inhale, roll your shoulders back and down. Press the palms behind you, lift your heart. And if it's okay for you, you can extend your tail a little bit. And we're going to bend the knees, sweep the band forward, chin to chest, and really widen those shoulders. Forward flexion in the standing cat. Inhale, lift up, standing cow. Exhale, fold, hollow around your navel and sternum. 3 more times, inhale, lift. This should feel nice, I hope. Exhale. Last 2, inhale, lift it up. Exhale, forward. Make sure the head completes the equation, right? The head always follows the spine in stock Pilates for the most part. And forward. Beautiful. Now we're going to stand up and warm up those arms by vigorously drawing semicircles to the outside of the hips. Keep your wrists nice and long. They don't need any funny business. They don't have to bend at all. Yes, you got this. Feel the shoulders come into the spine as you reach behind yourself. So we also warm up the mid-back, not just the arms. Almost there for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, release that band. We're going to go into some marching. If you have a long band, you might want to double it up just so it's not in your way. All right, turn out the feet, turn out the hips a little. Exhale, breathe that band up and overhead. And we're just going to march, lift, lift. Yes. So you might not be able to lift high, and that's okay. But we want that spine to stay upright. So I'm not curling forward at all. I'm staying lifted in the waist, in the sides of the body. Use your breath. Pick up the legs, not just from the hip flexors, but from the glutes and from the belly. Yes, almost there. You've got this. Here we go for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Let's take that band behind the back. Just shoulder width, nothing too complicated. And we're going to step those feet wide. And we're going to start to lunge side to side, but we're going to really kick the hips behind us and reach that band out from the waist. So it looks like this from the side. Good, my ears are going to stay right over my shoulders. And really trying to sit back to wake up the hips, the inner and outer thighs, front of the shoulders, getting a stretch on me. I don't know about you. Yes, we're almost there. And getting that blood pumping, getting the lungs working. Last 8, 7, long spine 6. You've got this. Happy knees 5, 4, 3, 2. Last 1. Slowly roll up that spine. Let's just take a nice side bend. Heels together, toes apart, arms overhead. Let's side bend over to the right and pull that right arm down. Stretch through the left. Make sure you're nice and lateral, so side only. And settle the shoulders before you go the other way. Big stretch. Oh, What about you? My arms feel like they've already had a workout. Lift and release. Beautiful job. Okay. So next song is our releve and plie. So we're going to be doing calves and quads, a little bit of hips. If you wish, you can try to do it on your mat without the aid of the chair. We're going to use some weights. If you're nervous and you want that chair nearby, just keep it somewhat close. You could always ditch the weights and then use the chair instead. All right? All right, let's go. So we've got those light weights. We're just going to start with simple parallel releves. So not too wide. Hip distance is plenty wide. And take a look. Make sure your toes and heels are in alignment before we start. Shoulders back and down. Belly lifted up. We're going to shoot energy down through these weights as we inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Inhale, lift, exhale, lower. Find how your feet feel. Find how your ankles feel. Are you balanced today? Are you falling all over the place? Doesn't have to mean anything more than that today. Your balance is challenging. That's all it is. Couple more times. Think up and down, not front and back. That'll help. Gorgeous. Last 3, as you lift up, reach those weights down. 2. Last one. Now simple squats and stand. Inhale, the weights reach toward the floor as you stand. Now you might be able to see yourself and you can see what your knees are doing. Anytime we squat, we want to firm up the outsides of the hips so that the knees don't try to kiss or rock way out to the sides. Inhale down, exhale up. We want to keep gaze up as we sit back and then get our alignment as we come to stand. Yes. Last 4. Keep going for 3, 4, 2, and 1. Now we're going to turn out. Same concept with the lifts, except the heels would try to squeeze together a little. To start, and then we lift up, we lower down. As we lift, we reach those weights toward the floor. Gorgeous. Inhale up, exhale down. So we want controlled movement in both directions, right? Try to squeeze your glutes together in the back to help that. In other words, you're not coming up and then like banging down. I think I just shook the whole house. I probably scared the dog. 3, 2, 1. Okay, here comes probably the most challenging part. Lift up, squeeze those heels together. We're going to lower down as the weights lift and squeeze up and in. Inhale, exhale. The weights don't come any higher than the shoulders. And imagine you're up against a wall so that you can only slide straight down, tailbone, reaching toward mat. There's no forward action. We want to keep the knees happy. Last 2. Last 1. Release. Let's repeat wide. So wide parallel. Reach those weights toward the mat. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, down. Up and down. You got this. Boy, this is in the muscle. Use your breath. Go to your happy place. Take breaks. Doesn't it look so simple? If someone were watching us, they'd say, boy, that looks easy. Last one. Now sit back to that squat. Dangle the weights, come up to stand. Inhale. Gaze up. Your gaze does not need to fall. If your gaze falls, your spine will round, and that's not what we want. We want that nice long spine. 4, 3, and 2. Great job, guys. Last one. Now we turn out. So heels at least shoulder width as we lift up, lower down. Inhale up, exhale down. Here's where we're grateful for light weights. Squeeze those glutes together for 4. Lots of length. 3. I'm going to pretend I'm tall. I'm a sunflower. Last one. Good. Now lift up, slide that tail down and squeeze in. Inhale down, exhale up. My palms are facing the floor. Inhale, knees wide, heart up. Again, imagine sliding down that wall. Last 4. Hang in there, you're almost there. 3. You can do it. 2. Heels are lifted if you can. 1. And release. Beautiful job. A little stretch of the calves might feel nice. Woo. And the quads if you need it. We're going into arms. We're going to use our weights. You're killing it, guys. All right. So this is another reason, this song, why we have light weights. You'll see why. They're gonna feel heavy fast. All right. So we're gonna live in a little chair, like so. Weight back, tail long. So you don't wanna arch, you don't wanna tuck. What you do wanna do is pull your sitting bones in toward one another so that you fire your glutes up and they keep your low back long and happy. I'm just gonna move a hair. So we're gonna start with some boxing. We're gonna bring the right arm overhead, left arm back by the hip. And we're gonna pulse 1, 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3, and switch for 1, 2, 3. So thank God the weights aren't a challenge because there are lots of other things about this that's challenging. One being we don't want to arch the ribs. 2 being we don't want to hike the top of the shoulder. Pulse. 2, 3. Push through the air. 2, 3, and push for 1, 2. You got this. 3. One more to each side. 2, 3. Last one. Now hold it here. Good. Turn that back palm in. Push out. Pull in. The other arm's holding up. Out. In. Out. Keep your elbow lifted and that shoulder retracted to the spine. Out. You got this. For 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Switch. Pulse. 2, 3, and switch. 1, 2, 3. Last switch here. 1, 2, 3. Turn the other palm in. Pull in, push back. Pull in, push back. Little kick back. Yes, nice long wrist. Oh, this is work for that arm overhead, isn't it? You can always bring it down. In, out. Last 5, and 4, and 3, and 2, and 1. Hands to thighs, roll up. Boy, it feels nice to change positions there. Go a little V with the feet. Good, so nice full arm circle. So palms face the body. We're gonna come up. We're gonna turn the palms out, sweep out and around. Inhale up. Good. Imagine you have huge hoop earrings on, and it's not gonna feel good to crush them between your shoulders and your earlobes. So your whole side of the bodies, both sides of the bodies, stay lengthened, right? And it's funny, you know, my right arm is stronger than my left. So my right arm is controlling the circle better. Just notice these things about yourself. Let's pause here and reverse it. So we come out and around, we make a door frame, we pull straight down. Try not to narrow in your shoulders. Set your shoulder width. Boy, that's a tongue twister. That could be dangerous. Set your shoulder width and pull down. Last 4, and 3, 2. Last one for our final part of this song. Let's get into some bicep curls. I think you'll be just fine with 2 weights. So we're gonna make this little circle here. We're gonna curl and squeeze as we turn out in the arm. Exhale, curl, squeeze. Inhale, circle back. Exhale, curl. So you're not moving the elbow in space. It's sort of staying right in its spot. As you turn around it, you sort of pivot around it. Squeeze at the top. Squeeze the weights in your hands, squeeze the biceps in your mind. Last 2. Yes. Lovely long spine. Last one. And we gently switch. Okay. Shoulders have to start backing down. Ribs have to start weaving in. Squeeze out. Circle. Exhale here. Inhale. Add the squeeze. I promise it's worth it. Yes. And then a little press at the bottom. Squeeze, little press. Resist the air like it's something heavier than air that you're moving through. Last 4. Yes, 3. You have this. 2. It's nice to be somewhat still for a minute, isn't it? Last 1. Squeeze, release. I don't know about you, but I am very grateful for these light weights today. Usually I work with 5s, and that would have been a lot. It would have been a lot. Okay. Our next one has a dramatically different feel. It's a yoga lunge series. It's going to be slowish. If you feel like balance is a real challenge for you, you might want your chair in front of you. If you're willing to sort of go for it, you might be more comfortable using your blocks at the top of your mat. Okay, move this a hair. All right, so I'm just gonna have my blocks there, but I don't need them yet. All right. So I'm inhaling, I'm breathing my arms up in the air. I'm gonna exhale and pull my hands to heart center to a little chair. And then I'm gonna step that right leg back into crescent lunge. I'm gonna make sure I'm not on a balance beam. Here I am. There's my front knee. Who knew? On the inhale, I'm gonna pull back and open my heart. My back knee might bend a little. Exhale, I'm gonna push forward. Inhale, pull back. Exhale, push forward. Firm up the left hip on the outside, push forward. Couple more times. Inhale back. Exhale, push forward. Inhale back. Exhale, push forward. One more time back. Exhale, push forward. Now I'm going to drop my back heel and I'm going to find pyramid with my arms out to the sides. My front leg is straight but not locked. Gorgeous. Then I'm going to push back behind myself and really drop that back heel to a hover. I'll pull back forward. You can come to the sides or front all the way for that pyramid. Push back, knee hovers. Press forward. Lift your heart. Last two. And the next one's where it really gets fun. Last one. Gorgeous. We're going to come to warrior three. Again, use your chair or blocks. From warrior three with square hips, we're going to bend that other knee. Bring your right knee behind your left, gaze up. Little crouch. Gaze down as you press to your warrior three. Keep going. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. If you want to balance, bring your hands to prayer. Come down for that crouch. Press back. Two more times, down for the crouch. Down for the crouch. Press back. Last one. And back. Both feet together, roll up through your spine. That wasn't so bad, was it? Let's do it on the other side. Inhale, breathe up. Prayer hands, stick back to a little chair. This time the left leg goes back. We're going to set up well for crescent. So we're going to inhale, expand the chest. Exhale, press forward. Maybe your knee bends a little to accommodate your spine. Exhale, press it. Inhale, lift. Exhale, press. Two more, lift. Press. One more, lift. Press. Now bring that back heel in a little bit. We're going to reach forward to pyramid. And then I sweep behind myself, bending both knees. Forward, straight legs. Backward knee, hover. Three more, forward and back. Two more and back. One more and back. Ready for the warrior three. Blocks or the chair. Lift up here, square hips. Bend both knees, crouch and gaze up. Left knee behind right. Come back to square. Gaze down. Inhale. Exhale. We're going to do three more. Maybe you want to balance. Inhale. Oh, the balance is hard. Exhale. Last two. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Exhale. Feet together. Roll up. Shake it out. We need a free dance option here. Okay. We're going to move a little more now. Great job. Okay, you're going to be behind your chair. You might want to face me. Some standing abs. So we're going to turn out to second position. It's important that we really slide down and get this second position nailed. Yes, so open those knees, tail down, belly lifted. Right hand bar on bar, left hand overhead. We're going to side crunch. This isn't fast. Yes. And the other hand's just sort of lightly holding on here. Inhale, exhale. All about your ribs, right? The hips are still, and you're not pulling through your arm. Ribs open and close. For three. For two. Last one. Now, we're going to slide those heels in a little more, stretch that arm overhead and crunch, return. Crunch, return. So we're standing up tall now. Last four. 3, 2, 1. Now we're gonna keep this arm out like a goalpost. The other leg's gonna lift as we turn towards it. I'm not crunching down. I'm turning across for 4, 4, 3, 4, 2, 4, 1. Come to parallel. Stretch one leg back, doesn't matter which. From here, from a lunge, we're gonna curl into a front crunch. I'll show you from the side. Inhale here. Exhale, curl and roll it back. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, round spine. Inhale, exhale. Nice and slow, last 2. Last 1. And we'll switch sides for the front crunch. Here we go, curl in, reach back. If forward flexion's not right from your spine, it would look like this. Pull in, reach back with no spinal change. Last 3, use your chair. 2 to make roundness. Last 1. Gorgeous, back to second. Slide down, open those knees. This time the right hand comes behind the head. We crunch, lift. Inhale, exhale. Inhale, right hand pressing down. Yes, all right here. Inhale, exhale. Feel your glutes squeeze together in the back, and that might open the front of your hips. 3, 2, you can look straight ahead if it makes you dizzy. 1, now we stand, we slide together, a little more stretch overhead. Crunch, stand, crunch, stand, crunch, stand, still lateral. 5, got it. 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we make a goalpost with that. Our opposite leg comes up as we turn across the body. You got it. Go 4, 4, 3, 2. Last one in the series. Shake it out. All right, let's grab our band. Back to arms. You guys are doing great. Okay. So we're gonna put one foot on the band, and you really just need a tail in the opposite hand. Okay, so we're here, wide parallel feet. We're gonna come back to those sitting back lunges. So we're gonna start with the bend in the band foot, and then we're gonna row as we come across the body. Sit your tail behind you. Pull. Yep. So shoulder down and into spine. Fire up the outside of your body. Get your lats involved. I don't have enough tension. Oh, I need more tension. For 4, 4, 3, 4, 2. Last 1. Gorgeous. Switch the band into your other hand. Step that foot forward. Stand one-sided overhead tricep presses. Push and pull. You got it. Push and pull. Elbow forward. Just an extension of the upper arm, of the lower arm. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Release. Both feet on. These are hard. Don't be too wide in your feet. Straight arm lifts. Inhale here, exhale, and lower. Straight wrists. Lift from your mid-back. Try to fire there. And from the wing muscles, the lats. Yes, your upper traps are going to get involved, but we don't want to over-involve them. For 4, no higher than the shoulder. 3, 2, 1. We're going to switch sides. So my opposite foot is on the band. Opposite arm here. I'm going to bend in, side lunge with row. I'm sitting my weight back in those hips, trying to keep the spine level. Exhale, pull. Try not to twist. It's very tempting to turn. Try not to turn. Pull. For 4, for 3, we're almost done. For 2, last 1, switch the band in hand. Step your other foot forward. Breathe it up overhead. Push and pull. Overhead presses. Push. Tension is completely up to you. This is it in this series. This was a quick one. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Release. Gorgeous job. All right, guys. We ready for a little more glute work? I'm not going to kill you on this. We're going to keep it quick. So you're going to put your right foot in the band. Keep your left foot outside of the band. Now remember, your chair moves. In the studio, it's a little easier because the bar doesn't move. So remember to push down, don't pull toward you. Come to a little crouch. Take that right leg, the band leg behind you. Try to keep your back long. Do you see me wanting to arch? This is my natural default. Back long. Good. We're just going to keep the toes on the mat and then push up. Push up. Again, firm up the outer hip of the leg that's just standing still, like a little flamingo. And you can see my back doesn't move, right? It's just a push and it's not very high. You got this. For 5, 4, 3, 2. Hold it up. Point and flex the toes. Point and flex that ankle. Point and flex. For 4. You'll find out quickly this is really more about the standing leg. 2, 1. Hold down, push up. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Turn that leg out and circle. Yep, this is it. And we'll do the other side. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come back in. Switch the feet. Any mental notes about tension if you need to lighten up or give yourself more? Hold the band. Back to a little crouch. Nice long spine. Opposite leg goes behind. Push up through that heel. Squeeze the glutes. Not high. If it's high, it's going to go right into my back. 5, 3, 2. Hold it up. Point, flex. Try to square that hip, so don't let the hip turn yet. We will turn. 4, 3. Firm up the standing leg. Hip. 2, 1. Toes down. Pulse. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2. Last. 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point. Open that hip. Circle. 1, 2, 3, 4. Finish. Woo, I felt that. All right. Last standing song. Last time of work. Then we stretch. So we do a tad of cardio. And if you want weights, you can have weights. You don't? You don't. And that's just fine. Okay. Definitely light weights though. We ready? Our last little push, about 3 minutes more of work. Okay. So, start with your weights here. We're going to start with jumping jacks. If jumping jacks aren't right for you, you're going to tap out like this. Otherwise, out and in. Yes. And then to add on, we're going to add Joe arms. Joe for Joe Pilates. So out, up, out, down, out, up, out, down. And this is really just me giving you a mental exercise because it keeps us young, mind, body, and soul. You got this, guys. Not too much longer. If it's too much, keep the weights at your hips and drop in and out. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bring it down. Gorgeous. Turn out to second. Okay. Weights down. We're going to come up and down. Now in a minute, we've got a chance to amp this up. It's up to you. What do you want? So we can go down, up, down, jump, down, up, down, jump. So your choice. You also have an arm choice. You can be here, pulsing, or down, up, down, jump. Just 8 more. 7, 6, you got it. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Gorgeous. Come to parallel. Palms forward. Steps or hops side to side. Roll back if you want. Light weights only. Push. Last 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, done. Woo! Woo! I'm going to clap for you. Shall we stretch? I say yes. All right. We'll start standing. And move on to the floor. So, chair to one side, or even in front of you, whatever works. Light hand on the chair. Let's take that outside leg and arm, big circles. And pause between each. Yes. Last 2. Last 1. Beautiful. Take that leg, swing it front and back. Protect the knee of the standing leg, but let it feel easy. Let it feel bone driven as opposed to the rest of class, which was muscle driven. One more time. Gorgeous. Feet in parallel. Grab that outside foot in your hand for a quadricep stretch. Open your shoulder. Bring that knee in under the hip. Maybe you want more, maybe you bend your standing leg and slide that top foot back. What do I know? One more breath. Good, release that foot. That foot is gonna come in front of the other one on a tightrope, but really wide, lots of space between the feet. And then we're gonna side. We're gonna shift the hips away from the chair. Open the heart to the ceiling. Stretch all the way from the fingertips down into the hip. One more breath. And gently lift up. Try and face that chair with wide parallel feet. Come into a flat back stretch. Maybe you want to alternate turning your heart under each arm. Maybe not. Don't let the shoulders get lazy here though. Push into the top of the chair. Should stretch them without compromising their health. One more breath. And if you can come to the floor for a deeper hamstring stretch, please do. Drip your head down. Maybe bend the knees a little, lift the tail higher to extend the legs to get true hamstring stretch. And then with heavy hand and head, soften your knees and roll up through your spine before we do the other side standing. So swivel around. Light hand, we're going to take the outside leg and arm, big circles. 1. Pause between each. 2. 3. 4. Listen to your body's intuition of what feels good, how big or small to make this. Just respect that standing leg. That's it. Now take that outside leg, just sweep it forward and back. Remember, heavy bones. It's like the femur just dangling out of the hips. Make sure your standing knee is okay. 3, 2, 1. Parallel legs, outside foot and hand, quadricep stretch, shoulder down, knee under hip. Good. Don't just feel length from the knee to the hip. Feel it all the way up that whole side of the body. And then if you need more, bend your standing leg and slide the knee back an inch or tuck the tail under. Oh, I'm loving that today. 3, 2, release and stand. Take the left foot in front of the front or the outside leg in front of the inside leg. Wide tightrope as you side. Oh, like I could just take a little nap right here. Is it only 10 a.m.? I feel like I've done a lot today. Open that heart to the ceiling. Stretch all the way down here. Oh, one more big breath. And release it up. Gorgeous. Let's transition to the mat, and we're going to have the chair at the front of the mat with the seat facing us. So first, we're going to use hands on the chair. My chair is up against something, which might help you. You can certainly press down, but you don't want to topple. I'm going to split my feet wide-ish and come up and back to a modification of downward facing dog. And for me, since I have plantar flexion, normally my ankles are in plantar flexion, This is a lot of stretch for my calves. It might not be for you. You might need to play around with that a little. But my goal here is to stretch the calves more than the hamstrings. So even if you have to bend your knees a little to land your heels, that would be preferable now. One more breath. And then land those knees down carefully. Come to a table-like position with the hands elevated. Take your left hand through and grab the outside of the right chair leg, pushing down on top of your right hand. Turn your heart and stretch behind your shoulders. Make sure you feel safe here. You can always use the floor. And then unravel and take it the other way. Oh, keep the hips as level as you can. One more breath here. Gorgeous. And then gently release. Walk your knees back so you can come down to the mat. We're gonna do one full spinal extension. So split your feet and turn out at the hips, rolling the heels in. You can keep your hands on the mat or use the chair leg. Inhale, lift your heart forward first. Feel your shoulders glide down, but your ribs still on the mat. And then use that belly to extend the spine further, if it feels good for you. You might not like the chair legs. You might be able to come up higher with your hands on the floor if that's what you wish. Tailor it to you, to what you need. One more breath here. And then gently release. Legs together. Push up and back, we'll swivel around here. And we'll bring the feet to the front of the chair. Let's bring the right ankle over the left knee. And stay for a nice wide figure four stretch. I'm supporting my head here because frankly, my bun is in the way. But you can certainly put a block under your head if you wish. Good. You can certainly lift that leg away from the chair too if you need more of a stretch, or use your arms to assist. Now gently and carefully put your feet down without changing the figure four shape. Make sure your chair's not in your way. Arms out like a letter T. Let the legs come over to the left, stand on the right foot, and then gently, if you can, encourage the knee away from the body. You can gaze back at that palm. Hi, I'm reaching too. One more breath. Come back through center slowly. Feet back to the chair to switch, because you want to feel this figure four stretch with a nice level pelvis. The chair offers some support for that. If you want to lift away, you can. If you want to use your hands, you can. Flexing the top foot usually helps with some activation. And then after one more breath, bring the feet to the mat. Keep that little triangle between the legs. And with your T arms anchoring you, let your legs roll to the right. Stand on that left foot and gently open the knee away from the face. Maybe gaze back at the left hand for one more breath. And back to center. Split your legs, or actually let's do butterfly knees. Not too close to the body. And if you can, roll up with your legs in that position. Come on up to the knees. Let's turn to the side if you want. Step one foot forward for a nice hip opener, a little lunge here. Not going to stay long. And then sit back, pull those toes up. But nice and long, you want that hip to square. Toes to ceiling first, and then push the toes to the mat. Oh, I'm loving that. Lift up and switch sides. The chair can just be a little help. Move that foot forward enough so that the hip flexor can open as you come forward gently and in control. And then after a deep breath, shift your hips back. Pull the toes up, hug the femur bone into the hip socket and square the hips. Toes press firmly up to the ceiling first and then press firmly down to the floor. Oh, how nice. One last breath. And then gently release. You can come right up to stand. Gorgeous. We're just going to finish with the next stretch and a balance. So use your right arm. Let your left hand grab your right wrist and draw your chicken wing elbow out to the left. But from here, with the tail down, that's important. Let your left ear come toward your left shoulder, not the other way around. Not left shoulder to left ear to shoulder. Open up the gaze toward this left, and then look down past the armpit. And release. Right hand clasps left wrist and brings it across, tail down. Right ear to right shoulder first. Keep your gaze sort of forward or to the right, and then gaze past the armpit. And gently release. Little V. Cross those arms in front of your chest as you lift. Find your shoulders. Find your ribs. Turn your pinkies forward. Lift for balance and lower for 3, 2, 1. Inhale for your high release. And you made it. Amazing job, everybody. Thank you so much.